Hi everyone, I'm Noelle Marshall, and my husband Bob Warner and I call ourselves Life Partners. And this past year we took a 6-month tour, went to all 48 states as part of Barbara Marx Hubbard's Conscious Evolution uh, program initiative. And along our way we stopped in Montgomery, Texas, and we met a lovely person who is right here. Her name is Jane Sorby. And right now, that beautiful view that you just saw is the White Eagle Lodge in Montgomery, Texas, which is about how far north are you?
65 miles north of Houston.
And Jane is the leader here of the Americas of the White Eagle Lodge. And Jane, this is such a beautiful campus. And you know, a lot of people have asked me. Bob and I knew that when we were here, we were coming back, so we've made it back. Thank you very much for welcoming us. And we want you to share about White Eagle Lodge so that we can share that with our viewers here.
Well, I'll do my best. We're a universal spiritual path. In other words, we're a family of humanity. None of us have all the answers. All of us have some of the answers. And when we come together as a family, you know, there's harmony, which is really what we seek. When this was started in 1936 in England, the phrase was to shepherd humanity into the coming age. And in those days, in the early 30s, no one had quite gotten to the Aquarian age thought, but knew that gradually, as humanity grows in consciousness, we come to that awareness that we are one family. And so we need to work together to look after each other. Healing, all of these things are part and are central to the work that we do here. And the White Eagle Lodge is actually an international organization. We have centers in Australia and our main center in England, where it began. And from there, many groups all over the world, all doing the same work. Quietly, we're not generally known, but then we get discovered by people like you. And we're a way of life. I think, you know, there's a great amount of talk that goes on in the world at the moment about what people should do and how they should behave. It's really what we ourselves feel. How can we act together? And it's walking our talk, as the Native Americans say, walking our talk. So we try to do that, and to have a place that is open to all religions, all peoples, animals. It's a brotherhood of all life. So that's what we're trying to do, as many other groups are. But also another thing that was said at the beginning of this work in 1936 was to bring to the earth a standard of life in harmony with infinite love. Quite a tall order, but that's what we hold in our hearts and in our work. So.
Wow, that is beautiful, Jane. And when Bob and I were here before, that's why we were so attracted, of course, because we consider ourselves conscious evolutionaries. And Birth 2012, which we participated with Barbara Marx Hubbard, that global celebration, was all about, you know, this new era of humanity. And I was attracted to not only your beautiful message you just delivered, but also how the White Eagle teachings incorporate healing, they incorporate astrology, they incorporate nature. I mean, all faiths, it's interfaith,
yes.
I would say.
Yes.
And is this open to anyone, or is it just, you know, how would someone find out if they wanted to know more about the White Eagle teachings? How do they find you? And
well, they would go to our website.
Okay.
Do you want me to give our?
Absolutely.
Which is, it looks like White Eagle Lodge. So it's WHITEAGLELODGE.org. And we have a bookstore which would give all the books that have a great deal of the teaching. We also have courses that can be ordered from here, hopefully soon online. But it's open to absolutely all. There is no question about that. And we have people who also rent our retreat house, but they must be compatible, of compatible thought. In other words, a gentle meditative path. And we have teacher who brings teachings of the Kabbalah here. We have had Healing Touch. They're bringing their international group this summer here to. So it's all working together, and I think the more organizations such as ourselves come together.
So this is
then
just a wonderful place if you're spiritual group or very serious study of the
yes, or you
of a
just want to
path.
walk the land and enjoy it.
So tell us about the land. How much acreage do you have
We've
here?
got
And,
about a little over 70 acres. We've got a labyrinth, sevenfold spiral labyrinth, and we can, walk with people and help them, or they can just come and do their own thing. And we have a saltwater pool, just a little. We call it a healing pool. It comes up to about here, but it's lovely and no.
haven't been in that yet. Note to self.
No, has to warm up a bit.
Has to warm up just a little bit.
Yes.
And then also you have your your retreat center here. If let's say, and Bob and I are planning on bringing a retreat here to this to the beautiful retreat center here. And about how many people can you accommodate here at your facility?
Actually, in the retreat house, 20, but we also have a mobile home that can sleep another 5 for overflow. And we have a sister retreat house down the road who very kindly offer us extra
very
beds.
Good. And then also on your campus, you have, I think when Bob opened up this video, in the background there across your campus, we could see the Golden Dome. And will you tell us a little bit about that? Yeah, we're going to go up there and get a closer look, but just to give us a layout of the...
Well, I think the first thing that people will notice is that it's circular. And like God, there is no beginning and no end. It's eternal. So we have sit in a circle. No one is more important than the other. So there is that feeling when you go in. And as Bob may photograph, we have the angels represented, the angels of the elements, or the elements of the earth, air, fire, and water. And
we're going to be taking a closer look there, so don't tell us everything yet, Jane. We want to hold some suspense. So I jumped ahead there. I apologize.
That's all right. Well, we can go up there and have a look now if you like.
Yeah, actually, can we take a look inside first and we'll walk
in here?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And no, let's go ahead. Let's just go on in here. These beautiful stained glass windows and the
The
six-pointed
White
star.
Eagle, which we'll need to talk about as well.
Bob's going to follow us in here, and Bob, I'm going to go ahead and here to the library and just turn the light on here. So all your meals are prepared here on site?
Yes, absolutely. We have our own chef and a little library, which is very cozy in the winter, with a little gas logs to keep you warm.
Well, the White Eagle Lodge, White Eagle himself was very prolific. Yes, you have so many publications.
Yes, the teachings were brought through Grace Cook. In fact, she was a very fine medium who brought in a great deal of teaching and was born clairvoyant and clairaudient. So this was a natural to her. And the White Eagle, of course, symbolic of, as we all know, so often the
so that's her picture there.
Yes, that's her picture there.
Okay, so
and Ivan Cook, her husband, who also helped her.
This is just a lovely...
To establish the lodge. And it was in both London and an old country house in the early days. And then, most importantly, the work that was brought through them was this whole concept of brotherhood. Every part of creation linked with every other. And in fact, today, it happens to be Earth Day. It is honouring things of which we take so little thought, the very planet upon which we move and have our being, honouring all these aspects of life. So that was very important to her. She lived in Australia for some years and taught there. And yes, many books, many teachings, not all of them published.
You know, as we've traveled around and I've talked to people about White Eagle, the one book, The Quiet Mind.
Yes.
They go like, I know who White Eagle is, The Quiet Mind.
Yes.
That little book. That
yes.
little book, is that? That's
sold well over 1 million. Yes, I don't know whether we have any copies over there.
But that's,
yes.
Just an amazing.
Yes.
In fact, at Agape in LA, they call their bookstore The Quiet Mind. So I'm going to have to ask Reverend Michael
if they have a copy.
Yeah, they have. Oh,
yes.
they do. They
yes.
have a whole White Eagle section.
Yeah, very good.
So this is the dining area here.
Yes, I don't know whether you want to go down to a room or.
Actually, yeah, let's go ahead and take a room. The rooms are all double occupancy.
Yes,
and they
twin beds, double occupancy, each for their own bathroom.
Wow, that's wonderful. And when was this facility built?
In the year 2000. So we'll take the first
Oh
room.
my, is this lovely. Once you flip the light on there. And I just can't tell you how much peace there is that you feel when you're here on this property. And I'll say this is one of the nicest retreat centers I've seen. It's very comfortable. And then their own bath here.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Alrighty. And so there are
So there are 10 similar
10
rooms.
of the
yes.
10 similar rooms.
Yes.
Okay. And now, Bob, if you're still with us, we are going to head out to this lovely area where the salt. Now, why is the pool? Did you decide to have it salt water?
Because chlorine can be. Some people are allergic to chlorine, and I hope you won't mind someone already enjoying the sun.
Oh,
Perfect.
Absolutely. She doesn't mind.
No, I'm sure
And
she
this is a
doesn't.
wonderful gathering room.
Yes, this is where a lot of our retreats are given, where we give our talks,
Mm-hmm.
and yes, it can be set up any way the person wants. We usually use that wall for the screen for various talks.
Wonderful.
And,
Okay, we'll have to follow Boomer out
Yes.
here. He's very anxious to see the swimming pool. And
he's our guide.
and you'll get more sense of how beautiful this, it's just an estate, really. It's just a wonderful estate.
Yes.
And sorry about that, Bob. And the pool here, and
Yes, and it's a beautiful view when the moon comes up. We often we have had a group during the summer when the skies are just brilliant, because we have there's not too much lighting, so you get a wonderful view of the stars and the moon.
it's wonderful. Now, the labyrinth, you have that beautiful 7-spiral labyrinth, and that's through the woods there, a beautiful walk back there.
Yes.
And so you
yes.
have trails and other things that
right,
people.
that follow into the yes.
I did that this morning.
Did you?
It was lovely.
Okay, so I think now this is the administrative arm of your organization over here.
Yes.
It's an international organization with, so you have locations in England and then also in Australia.
Yes, and many smaller groups.
Okay.
And of course, we need to talk about Canada.
Oh.
A large centre in Canada.
Oh, where in Canada?
And Stony Creek, and Binbrook, and Ottawa, and several, and then all across the land in British Columbia.
Okay.
And can't mention them all, but
Okay.
yes, and we've just restarting the work in Brazil. In Suriname we have a group, in Chile,
Wow.
and so it's gradually taking shape.
And so people can get involved with White Eagle and then start local groups.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, and you support that.
Yes, we do, as long as they have come and either come here and have gone over, basically what we do, or if they've been a member for some time and have a great urge to share a book or something. Absolutely. Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yes.
I was talking to someone on your staff, and she said you might start like a teleclass or a book
Yes.
on
Yes.
teleconference. That might be another way to connect with the White Eagle Lodge. So, Jane, we have really enjoyed this time This is a very special place. Bob and I, now I'll confess, we've been hanging out here for about 2 months here in
And you've been most welcome and most helpful.
and it's been absolutely the most, it's just been divine. And so thank you for your generosity. Thank you for welcoming us. And our dear dog, Boomer. And
He's thoroughly enjoyed it.
he's thoroughly enjoyed it,
Yeah.
there's no doubt.
Yeah.
So if you want to know more about White Eagle Lodge, you can go to www.whiteeagle.org. White Eagle.
WhiteEagleLodge.org.
WhiteEagleLodge.org. Thank you very much.
Yes, because if you go to whiteeagle.org, you will go to England.
You'll go to the, you go to
So,
the mothership.
yes,
So
it's-
this is the mothership for the Americas.
Yes, absolutely.
Headed by the beautiful and effervescent Jane Sorby. So Jane, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it.
A pleasure
And
to have you.
come and visit.
Yes, do come and visit. We'd love it.
Thank you.
Thanks.